Good morning, Central Arizona, and welcome to Community Spotlight, the program where local people, local organizations, and local ideas come together to make our communities stronger. I'm Randy Roberson, and whether you're watching on Tonto-TV.com, listening on KRIMFM.com, or joining us through social media, we're glad you're here. Today's Community Spotlight is proudly presented by Ponderosa Plumbing, AZ. Serving Payson, Pine, Strawberry, Tonto Basin, and communities throughout Central Arizona with dependable professional plumbing services when you need them most. Hey, we're talking today with Lori Wiechmann, and really an exciting organization. I don't know how many people are familiar with Arizona at Work, but Lori, I think what you're doing, and it's not just here in Arizona, you're here in Gila County. I mean, you really get around all over the place, but assuming that there's some people that might be watching that aren't familiar, give us the Reader's Digest condensed version of what Arizona at Work is all about to start.
Thank you for having Randy. I'm so excited to talk to you today about Arizona at Work. We know Arizona at Work is like one of Arizona's best kept secrets, right? Not everybody knows about us. And if they do, they might not even know what it really is. So I'm just going to explain to you just real quick, what is Arizona at Work? And our little team is actually Arizona at Work Northeastern, and we cover Gila, Navajo, and Apache. Arizona at Work is all over the state, and there's actually, it's a workforce development program that is a network of organizations and services designed to connect job seekers with jobs. We do have 12 local workforce boards that cover the state, and each one of those is overseeing and has a board staff team that oversees and administers funds and policies, engages businesses, and provides guidance and oversight to the job centers. So we have in our Northeastern Local Workforce Development Board, we have a local board that oversees us. So
very good. And I
yeah.
know you're constantly working on a lot of different things, but there's got to be a ton of various things that go into doing this, as far as trying to hook up people that are searching for work with. There's all kinds of different businesses out there looking for people too, and it's got to be a fun challenge to try and connect those dots.
I love what I do. I was in the jobs office for a long time, for 7 or 8 years, and I've been in Payson since '98. So my husband and I moved up here from the Valley. We were coming up here for years and years before that. But I've gotten to know, being in the jobs office, a lot of those employers out there. So when our vet rep from the state that was part of Arizona at Work and part of the state, we all worked for the state. During COVID, we really lost a lot of business services out there and in our little communities, which would be Gila, Navajo, and Apache. So they're up in Sholo, up in Navajo. We have a little team jumped off the state and created this little team to help businesses again. So since I've been here so long and I did such a great job in the jobs office, he wrangled me in, and I'm so happy to be on this team. We have a big, huge team of workers, including the staff in the jobs office. So I can go over all of our partners and programs and what we do out there for everybody.
Well,
So
and I think to start going into that, there isn't just one type of job that you're connecting the dots with. There's all kinds of different workforce solutions that are at play here.
there is. So we're helping every employer out there that is paying W-2 wages anyway. So we're just like Indeed. So most people know Indeed out there,
Mhm.
which I used to love using in the jobs office just for job leads to find what jobs are out there in case I wasn't sure. Then I would reach out to those employers and we would connect. But Indeed charges a lot of money, and it's per job that they're posting per day. And I've heard up to like even more than $50 per posting per day. And that's
Wow.
outrageous. So these employers are out there spending a fortune trying to find those workers when we're here to do it for free. So we have lots of programs. We have lots of workers that are going to help, but I'm going to be out there connecting with those employers to find out what their workforce needs are and figuring out what jobs they're looking, what positions they're looking to fill, so I can post them on our website, do some advanced searches. I have an ability to look on our website to find those resumes that match those employers' jobs that I'm posting. And it's all free. It doesn't cost a thing.
Free, my favorite price is
I
free.
know, me
Now,
too.
give us an idea just of some of the contrast of types of jobs that you've seen Arizona at Work dealing with. I mean, to show just a contrast.
Oh, there's so many. Like, so we have industries that we're supporting. Oh no, I should have had that out. But we have seven industries that we support, and I try to remember them. I don't always say them. But we are helping businesses with everything. Like we're out there with retail. CDL drivers are a huge need right now. We have a need at the school for bus drivers. So all those CDL drivers are in desperate need. Globe, I've been trying to find some workers for a portable toilet service company there that lost a few workers. So besides that, we're helping Tractor Supply. I just had a hiring event for them last week. It drew a lot. Like Payson's pretty sleepy. We don't always get a good draw when we have a hiring event, and that is one of the services that we offer to our employers if they're looking for workers and they want to come to the jobs office and do interviews. I make a flyer. I do all the work to advocate and to promote it. The employer just has to show up and interview those workers that show up for it. We had one for Tractor Supply and we had 23 people show up. So she was so excited. She's still, I think, going through to figure out who she's hiring, but they need quite a few people over there. I had a hiring event prior to that at O'Reilly's because they were looking for workers, and that's a little more specific to automotive. And we had 5 workers walk in with a couple ahead of time applying because they saw the flyers and things like that. So that's kind of generally more of the draw that we get, but you never know what day and who's seen the flyer and who is hearing about these events. I posted all over Facebook and all over those groups, all over Payson or Globe, wherever I'm doing the event. And we get people hearing about it and showing up, and then they can have those interviews right on the spot and maybe walk away with a couple of workers out of it. So
Well, and with the three different counties that you're working with yourself, I mean, you probably see quite a bit of contrast just within those all those different communities.
we had since we started this. It's going on 3 years since our vet rep jumped off the state, and I started about 2.5 years ago. So it's going on 3 years in the spring of 27. But we have somebody that covers Navajo and Apache. I'm not up there. I have a huge, I mean, our counties are so large and they're so vast that we're on the road a lot. And I was helping cover up there when I first jumped aboard this team, but we quickly found somebody up there because there was no way I could take care of all 3 counties. There's
I
so
was going
many
to say,
employers. There's so many.
Gila County would be difficult enough. I mean, I know with the sheriff's department, different people like that have to deal with all the remoteness of the different communities and everything. It's quite a
Right.
challenge. Ponderosa Plumbing is Central Arizona's go-to plumbing team. For decades, homeowners, builders, and businesses have trusted Ponderosa Plumbing AZ for new construction, remodels, repairs, sewer and drain service, high-definition camera inspections, water heater installation, water treatment systems, and expert slab leak repair. When experience matters, when quality matters, when getting it done right the first time matters, Ponderosa Plumbing delivers. Locally owned, highly trusted, serving all of Central Arizona with honesty, craftsmanship, and unmatched know-how. Located at 107 West Wade Lane, Suite number 5 in Payson, call Ponderosa Plumbing AZ today at 928-476-4727. Ponderosa Plumbing AZ. Experience you can trust, quality you can count on.
It is. It's amazing. We have some of our local workforce board. We have James Brucey from Brucey Vineyards and Young,
Right?
and the Globe. We have the mines, and we have some and Payson. Some of them are in Apache and Navajo, but we're covering a lot of these rural areas, and I'm not sure the need of, like, I focus on Gila, so I know everyone is in need of all those work. Like there's just jobs everywhere. There's not anything that isn't open right now. I mean, there are so many positions everywhere you look. They're
Wow.
looking for a whole new staff. I mean, there's a lot of medical, we need a lot of those clinical workers, nurses, and and CNAs and LPNs and occupational
Wow.
therapists. I mean, there's just endless. It's endless.
That's really encouraging news. I mean, especially for anyone that's thinking about maybe switching jobs or trying to get hooked up with a different one anyway. What
Exactly.
what would be one of the biggest? I mean, what have you noticed so far as being some of the biggest misconceptions people have about Arizona at work? Is there has there been anything that reoccurring like that that makes you think that wow, we got to
I
talk more
don't think
about that?
so. No, I just think people don't know about us really more than anything, Randy, because I don't have a whole lot of people calling me with confused and what to do. And we have to when they get on our website, our website that we use is a state website that's in all of the jobs offices across the state. When a job seeker walks in, we're registering them on that same website that I'm posting jobs for employers. So that um is pretty cool. And I don't know where I was going because I'm getting old and I forget what I was saying. Sorry.
I
Um,
resemble that comment. What about though? I
we
mean, if like let's take it to begin with from the employer standpoint. If I mean, this all sounds interesting. Yeah, I've got some openings and I need some help, but I don't really know how to approach this. What's the next best steps for me to take?
So they would want to get a hold of me. Just call me directly. I can share my phone number and things like that on your show right now. And that's what I was saying. We have the website and the jobs offices. Sorry, it comes back to me sometimes. And so we're when a job seeker comes in, we're registering them. We're trying to help them get job ready. That is one of our partners that handles employment services, which is our Title III partner. And they're in the jobs offices every day helping those workers come in and get job ready and find those jobs that I'm posting. So then we have an employer walk in and we're going to do the same thing with the employer. I'm going to check and see if they're on the website. We're going to get their account set up and post those jobs. And then I can do advanced searches to find those workers that have matching resumes. And then we're talking about hiring events. We're talking about registered apprenticeship and our Title I, which handles education and training and employment. And they help our youth out there connect with getting employability skills, connecting with our employers out there that want to. We have a work experience program that is being revamped right now. We have a new area manager out of Yavapai that's in Flagstaff that's been doing some amazing things up there. And we have a new worker in our office just since a month or so ago that's taking care of our Title I um, participants, which would be those adults with barriers, dislocated workers, and youth. So the youth is a pretty cool thing because we have some money for youth. I mean, we got this kind of squashed last year with Washington cutting everybody. And so we're really excited for a new year with our new Title I partners that are going to help our youth get out there. We're trying to find employers that will be on board to help them just with employability skills. We pay up to 200 hours for youth to get out there and get some experience at your business. So
Wow.
we're looking for those employers right now. We're trying to find some youth too. So right now we're kind of revamped. We're just getting this off the ground again, and sooner or later we might reach out to your business out there, whoever that is, to see if you would be interested in being hosting a youth. We cover workers' comp. It used to be that the employer had to cover that, and we cover the workers' comp as well. So all they have to do is be on board with helping a youth, give them some light duty stuff, let them shadow and see how a business works, see how you work together with each other, all those little soft skills that we need to get our youth on board with. So then they can move on to the job they really want, or maybe that's the job they really wanted and they have an opening now after this little work experience program and they can actually start working for this employer. So we have so many things going on with our programs and with the youth. Like it's pretty cool that we have, money for youth.
Well, I know that's historically, having watched Payson over more decades than I want to admit. One of the things has always been the kids maybe get up through high school and then they leave and go on to other things, but more and more there's reasons to stay right here and different educational resources right here that can help facilitate all of that as well.
Absolutely. And our Title II, which is our education partner, is we have the Gila Community College, we have Gila education service agency that's helping our youth and our adults get their GEDs so they can move on, and helping them with training and finding those training programs out there to get them on their way to their career path, you know. So it's all about career paths. We also help our local high schools and our unified school districts, of course, post jobs and try to find bus drivers and paraprofessionals, all those teachers and sub teachers. But we also we host their hiring or their career fairs as well. So we have a ton of career fairs that we help and facilitate and try to find those employers to come. We have one coming up in Globe. So Globe High Schools is usually in the fall. So we usually have theirs in November. And it's pretty unique in Globe and Miami because there's so many surrounding schools. There's Superior and Hayden Winkleman and Ray there's like 7 or 8 schools in that area. So we invite them all to these career fairs. So we end up with 600-700 students in Globe and Miami, which they're little tiny communities, but when we put them all together, they bust their students in. We get, anywhere from 30 to 50 vendors to come. And there's a huge Globe High School has a huge gym. So we have theirs in the gym, and about every hour or so, the students are bussed in and they get to see all those vendors. The cool thing is Miami does theirs in the springtime. And so the kids they get 2 opportunities to see vendors and to see these employers and what those career paths are out there in Miami Globe. So Miami does the same thing, but theirs is in usually like March, and we're inviting all those 7-8 schools. So they get 2 times a year to be able to have those engagements with those employers and those colleges and military. And we invite everyone to these events that could be a career pathway. So we always want to get your business out there, whatever it is. I know I've talked to you just last year about coming to Payson possibly. And Payson is even more unique because the way that Payson High School does it is that they put aside all the classrooms for workshops, and we're out there. So they start inviting people in September. So in another few weeks, we're going to see an invite from the Payson High School from Ginger Liddell, which is the DECA coordinator. She handles all of the career events. And it's not until March or April, but we need all that time to be able to fill 34 classrooms 4 times. So there's a lot. So we're doing this all day. The students aren't just in a gym visiting a table for a minute or 2 and then running around the gym, which is very meaningful too. But the way that they do it in Payson is so amazing because the students have to deliberately pick which vendor and which career pathway they're going to sit in front of 4 times that day. So they have 2 in the morning, they're hour long. They have a list of those 34 vendors for each hour, and they're picking which vendors they're going to be sitting in front of for 4 hours that day. And then after that, when it's all over, about 3 o'clock, all the kids go to the gym for an hour. So then they get to visit all those other vendors that are in there that they didn't sit down in front of for the workshop. So it's pretty amazing, the career events that we help with, and it's we're a huge part, I think, part of that because we know those employers. I have my own list. I help Ginger and the Globe in Miami High School find those employers to come.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
now that the big event that you're talking about there, if people are like, "Wow, that sounds interesting. How do I get involved? What do they have to do?"
So they would call me or Ginger. So we want to put you on the invite list if you're interested. And you wouldn't even have to have like a formal presentation. We just want you there if you have something to share that's some career pathway for the students. Think of what you could do for an hour with them, 45 minutes or so, and it's easy. It's not anything that's difficult. The students are picking your session because they want to hear what you have to offer. So it's so fun. I think it's been such a great thing. She's been doing it for a long time, way before I ever came on. So
Well, and you're not talking to people that are just like, "Gosh, I wish I didn't have to be here right now."
I
I
know
mean,
they really want to
the,
engage the students.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that you mentioned a couple times is helping people with businesses with hiring events. Now, if a local business is listening, they're thinking, that sounds like that could be a solution to whatever dilemma they're having.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't really know exactly what all goes into that. You can help with that too, right?
Absolutely. So I do all the work and they just have to pick a day and a time. Usually we want to do it usually Tuesday through Thursday in our office because we know Mondays are kind of hard for people and Fridays the same way. It's people are really busy. Weekends, draw a lot of people up here. So we usually have our events between Tuesday to Thursday. Any time that you want. 10 to 2 is a good time, 9 to 1, 4 hours is usually a good time frame. And they just have to pick a time in a day. That's it. I'm making the flyer. They might have to send me the logo, but usually AI is very helpful for all those flyers now. I'm not sitting for 2 hours doing a flyer anymore.
Oh,
I'm not trying to create the wheel every time I do it. So I'm grabbing one I've used. Let's add a new logo on it and add some other things. And
completely
then
understand. AI
I
is a big part of
post.
my everyday routine.
It is. It's helpful, and I think it's scary because we don't know. People say like it's gonna take my jobs, and that's not necessarily the case with all of our with all of these careers. So we want to use it to help us, and it's very helpful. Resumes, we can use it to create resumes or to condense resumes. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say you could help you find jobs. I mean, it's you can use it a lot of different ways. Now,
Yes.
getting back to the contact information, if people want to call you, and we'll plug your phone number graphically
Okay.
with the post
Sounds
on this.
good.
But what's the best phone number for people to hit you at?
You're gonna call me at 928-506-2583, which is my cell.
And email?
And my email is my first and last name with a dot in the middle, and it's at neazwork.org. So it's Lori.Weichmann at neazwork.org.
Okay. And uh, yeah, boy, I mean, I think from the standpoint of the both the employer and the prospective employee, this should whet a bunch of appetites to want to get to know more because there's obviously a lot more that we can talk about, and we will in the future. But
Yeah,
we want to
yeah.
just get the ball rolling, so to speak, and it's
Wonderful.
exciting. Now, if some of these people that get involved with you here, even though I know your specific focus is Gila County, but maybe somebody is thinking, well, my family's up in St. John's and I want to move up that direction. I mean, can you help connect the dots that way too?
Absolutely. If anybody wants any Arizona at Work services, it doesn't matter where in the state, I can help them to connect to that right office for sure. There's offices all over the state. So we want to connect those employers and those job seekers to the office where they're going to be looking for where their business is, because those workers in that office are going to be their best bet for services and for help. So I know Gila County. I don't know Navajo Apache. I used to live in Maricopa, but I don't know any of that either. So we know that those workers that are in those areas are their best connection for connecting those workers with jobs. I don't know all the jobs in Phoenix and down in Mesa and wherever they might be, but those workers down there do. So we can search our website. Like I can spend time with anyone and find any location on our website from Payson, but and it could be Sedona, it could be Flagstaff or Page or down in Tucson but we want to connect them with those workers that are there. Makes more sense.
Now, is that a website that the general public can just go to and do some research on?
Absolutely. So the
Yeah.
website is azjobconnection.gov. And if you were to just go to Arizona at Work website, when you click the job search section or employers are going to want to post jobs, it takes you automatically to azjobconnection.gov. And that is the website that's in all the state offices. That's where we're registering everyone and posting those jobs and referring workers and uploading their resumes so we can find them when we're searching for those employers to find workers. So it's an awesome website. There's labor market information. There's a lot of links to get some help on there if you're looking for those services. And we can post our events on there. So when we have an event and I make a flyer, I upload it to the website and it actually emails all of the unemployment recipients that have applied on. And what happens? We're not unemployment. People, that's one of the misconceptions, Randy, is that people think we're unemployment at the jobs offices, and we're not. But we can, because we help with unemployment, people say, "Oh, I'm at the unemployment office." They think that we're unemployment, but we're not. We just have that service through our employment services to help those unemployment workers. They're trained to help them on the unemployment website. They know how to help them do weekly claims and stay compliant. And um, so that is one of the misconceptions. I'm always correcting people. We're not unemployment, but we have the training, and we're here to help them with their unemployment. We get a lot of unemployment workers coming in needing help. So.
Well, I'm trying to think of any other organization that would be able to connect the dots better than you, and nobody comes to mind. This is great.
Oh, that's wonderful, Randy. Like we have a lot of partners and who's in the office. So, and I should have said right away that we give veterans priority. So that is a big, huge thing with Arizona Network, is that veterans get priority if they walk into an office. The workers are trained to ask you, are you a vet? And if you are, you're jumping to the head of the line. We are thinking of you first when jobs pop up. We do have a position that they're trying to fill right now for Payson that will cover all of Gila County. It will cover, Globe and Payson. That's where our two offices are. Even though we serve everyone in Gila County, those two offices is where, our stations are. So we're looking for that vet rep, and they take care of our disabled veteran population. And they also, most of the time, it's a dual role. We have a disabled vet rep that handles all of our disabled veterans, trying to help them with their resume and get them job ready, connect them with VA things, because most of us, if we haven't been in the military, we don't know one thing about VA. So it makes sense to connect a veteran with a veteran. So we try to find veterans for those positions. I think they're doing interviews, and we're trying to hire somebody right now. But it's going to be a dual role, helping those disabled veterans, and also being the local veteran employment rep. They're all acronyms, and so I'm not going to say all those things, but that's what it stands for. And that local veteran employment rep is out there advocating to employers on behalf of the vets. So they're reaching out to those employers that those vets want to work for, and they're trying to connect them with those vets to hire. So that's a huge thing. We always give veterans priority. Hopefully we'll have a vet rep in the office in Payson soon that will be taking care of our veterans. For now, we do have a vet rep up in Navajo Apache that is covering everything. So I'm helping veterans. All of us can help veterans, but we want to send them off to that vet rep to get that specific, services and those specific needs that the vets can only help them with. So that's a huge thing for us. We also have a program called Layoff Aversion, that if we know of a business that is struggling or getting ready to lay off people or even close their doors, we want to know about it right away, because we will deploy. If it's over 50, there's a number, and I think it's 50. So if there's over 50 workers that have been affected by a closure or layoffs, we're going to send a team of workers out to get them registered on our website, help them with resumes, talk to them about jobs out there, and connect them. Especially if they're veterans, we want to connect them right away. So, and we want to connect everyone right away. But that's another huge program that we take care of, and not everyone knows that. I'm always reminding our chambers out there that if they know of businesses that might be closing, to let me know, or that might be struggling, we want to reach out to them. We bring our unemployment staff, we bring the employment staff, we bring some of the business services, and we're just there to try to connect them with our services, so they know we're out there to help them if they've been dislocated from a position. So that's a really cool program that we have. I can just keep going on, Randy. Want me to keep talking?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do this again, though. I do need to cut it short, but
Okay.
I think this is really exciting. And again, both from the perspective of the employer and the perspective employee. I mean, you have some great services that you can offer to both of them. And again, the phone number for them to call to ask you questions
Can be 928-506-2583. And then our jobs offices right now, they're open from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We have the one in Globe, it's at 5515 East Apache. It's off of Main Street and it's in the county building. So we're over there. We have Anna Marie and Cassie helping you in Globe. Payson, we have a new worker, Gracie. And because we were out of a worker in that office for some time, the office hours have been limited right now until she's trained up. It won't be too much longer, but it's from 10 to 2 is still our office hours in Payson, probably just for another week or two. I don't think it's going to be much longer. And she's trained up pretty close to kind of ready to go on her own because she's going to be on her own in that office. So if you do find that you get to an office and no one's there, please come back because we're only gone for a minute. Maybe somebody called off that day because we don't have a ton of coverage. We have been sending workers from different offices to cover Payson while we were short staffed. So give us a chance to help you. We want to help everyone. Let us have a hiring event for you. It doesn't cost you anything. We can help you find workers. So thanks, Randy, for everything.
It's a win-win all the way around. Love it
is a
very much.
win-win.
And we definitely would like to get you back in here again, Lori. And I can only think of another couple hundred questions for you.
Okay, that sounds good. Anytime I'm available, let me know.
And that's today's edition of Community Spotlight on KRIMFM.com and Tonto-TV, where we're proud to introduce you to people making a difference across Central Arizona. Thanks to our sponsor, Ponderosa Plumbing AZ, and thanks to you for tuning in and listening. Catch us weekday mornings on KRIMFM.com and Tonto-TV.com and a host of social media outlets all over Central Arizona.
From Prescott to Payson, Flagstaff to Show Low. You want the plain truth, you want to know. No slick sales pitch, no smoke in the frame, just the hard facts, call it by name. If the story's hot, we cut it clean. If the room gets loud, we keep it mean. One clear voice, no hidden hand. Say what it is so you understand. Tonto-TV.com, Tonto-TV.com. Just the news, no spin. Tonto-TV.com, Tonto-TV.com. We tell it straight. To think, we don't tell you what to think. From the county road to the morning line, you get the latest word right on time. No political coat, no silver disguise, just the local facts right before your eyes. If they twist the view, we draw the line. If they bring the noise, we keep it fine. One clear voice, no hidden hand. Say what it is so you understand. Tonto-TV.com, Tonto-TV.com. Just the news, no spin. Tonto-TV.com, Tonto-TV.com. We tell it straight again. We don't tell you what to think. We don't tell you what to think. From the Pinewood town to the desert edge, we keep our promise, we keep our pledge. No angle, no agenda, no play to score, just the facts on deck and a whole lot more. Tonto-TV.com, Tonto-TV.com. Just the news, no spin. Tonto don't tell you what to think.